Good morning, everybody. Nick Camardo, right here, right now, in the present of now. The topic of today, it's a super interesting. We're gonna talk about praying or meditating. Meditation and praying your God, it's two different things that totally can merge in one only specific thing that but in real what I need for my personal growth journey and specific why do I choose one or the other and or if I can do both, what's the best for me to grow faster, to grow better, and all this kind of question that always was around me during my journey, my personal journey. I grew up in a Catholic environment, so I have to pray every night before I go to bed to kind of communicate with my God. And then I discovered meditation, and I say it was pretty similar, but there's some kind of difference. There's all kinds of different meditation. There's all kind of different pray that you can do in different religions, different gods. It's a huge mess. So this video is focused on two kind of worldwide general speaking about meditation and praying. So, but first of all, down below there's a link to subscribe a newsletter. So click down below, click the bottom, subscribe a newsletter, and there's more content, more tools, super powerful things for your personal growth. So let's back to this wonderful topic. So how I say I grew up in a Catholic environment. I must do stuff to add determinate things happen in my life in those religions way. If you know Catholic Church, there's a lot of specific stuff that you have to do to reach the heaven. So I was praying when I was a kid. I was praying every night for general things that I love to ask to God to receive back. That was the really meaning, really purpose that I was praying. So usually praying, in general speaking, is more like asking something that you need to your God. So it's more opening yourself to a communication with something that you believe in, that you cannot see. It's not like speaking open communication with your friends. You know, every time you open some communication, you start with a hello everybody, how you guys doing? Really random question, so you can get back some specific things. Praying for me was something that you must do to create this kind of connection with God, so you can ask, and more you're praying, more you build this connection, more you are close to God, and more you can receive back. So praying for me was asking stuff that happen, asking to this universe, to this infinite energy, God, to get those stuff back. And then I discovered kind of meditation. I discovered meditation reading all kinds of books on personal growth journey and personal development books specific that all successful people I mean in all general ways, from a lot of money, from a lot of freedom, from a lot of knowledge, from a lot of different successful people in a general speaking way, totally advise and do and they do every morning meditation. So I start to come across and go closer to this kind of new things to me, and I discovered an entire world. There's all kinds of different meditation, all kinds of different things you can do to yourself, and some are really complicated, some are more simple. So I'm trying to generalize everything to be more kind of what should I do, because if you go specific, depend on what you need. And in a few ways I just discovered that meditating is pretty similar to praying, but in a different way. It's always opening a communication with something infinity energy, something that you believe into, but in a different way. Because when you every time you meditate, it's more that you open a communication with yourself and not with something that is not next to you, and you must do more time a day to have more connection. More you meditate, more you build this kind of connection, but more you build this connection with yourself, with your soul, with your infinite energy. It's into you and not something that's a really distance. I always had this belief that God was in the universe was really far away. That was my intention, my what I was believing when I was a kid. So God was really far away, up in the sky, so far away there. But every time I go to bed, I was praying so hard that my voice arrived to universe and God was listening and can send me things back. So I was always praying for other people, for my family, for my brothers, to stay healthy, to stay good, to have a nice relationship with them. And more I was praying, more I was building his communication. But then I discovered meditation. Meditation is a pretty similar way, but it's more building this communication to yourself. It's more building your relationship with you and your natural inner. So that's kind of totally bring me in a different light, bring me in a different way. How can I look up to myself? Because I wasn't now the person that was asking to somebody. I was asking to myself to bring me in a different energy so I can attract every time different things. So meditating and praying, it's mostly definitely general speaking the same thing, with only one difference. Every time you pray, you asking something that you believe into to get something back. Meditating is more like communication, what you really want that happen in your life. It's more when you pause a movie, sit back, you and yourself in a dark room, and start to realize that your natural awareness is already inside you. You just need to build more. And I find a huge difference on there, that every time I was praying was when I was suffering. That's maybe the only huge difference. So you pray when you're asking something, when you need something too. That's why you're asking for. So every time I was trying to pray every night, but when I was a kid, I wasn't doing every night for real. But I was really praying hard. Every time I had really hard test to do in the next morning at school, or when my some of my family was sick, I was praying so hard when something I was asking. So I was suffering. I was in a low energy, and I was asking to resolve those problems for me. When I'm meditating, every time meditating, every morning, it's my morning routine. I'm more aware of myself, and then when I'm more aware of myself, when I'm more inside me, all the problems that are outside completely disappear. So when you're in awareness, emotion, because it's not stabilized, it's emotion, it's an energy. When you're in awareness emotion, you are happy because you have everything and nothing at the same time. It's kind of really hard concept to embrace the first time, but awareness, it's what you're looking for. It's the happiness. and it's already existing in yourself. You don't have to create, asking, or building for. You just gotta look it for. You gotta not looking for. You gotta more uh, mm, realize it and be aware. Just wake up. It's not something that you need to look at. It's not something that you. It's not just wake up. You just need to realize. So, what's the best for your personal growth journey? I totally advise you to meditate, because you can find more. This awareness that you're looking for, this infinity and abundance of happiness. And in some way, you can meditate to ask. So, like praying. If you specifically need something or want to achieve something. But if you are in awareness, you totally don't need things, you don't need stuff. You're ready in a happiness energy, in happy energy, in abundance of everything you need. So I hope this video can totally help you. I hope this podcast can help to realize that meditation is important things that you need to realize, that to be closer to yourself. So if you never meditated before, like I was one of the beginner, and when I started to realize the importance of that, I looked up a lot of videos on YouTube, a lot of guided meditation, a lot of stuff, but try only to be silent in a quiet room, in a dark room, for 2 minutes. Then you start to realize that it just stop thinking, totally stop thinking, emptying your mind, just stop, mute it, shut down for a second and rest for those 2 minutes. Then you will discover, you kind of wake up your awareness and realize you're already happy, you have everything, and you don't really need to ask and pray every day. From Rick is everything. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. Make this day one of the best days of your life, and see you on the next video. Ciao.